River Phoenix. Initially named River Jude Bottom because apparently regular names were too mainstream for hippie parents, River Phoenix was born on August 23, 1970. Growing up in a family more nomadic than a herd of wildebeest, River and his equally creative named siblings, Rain, Joaquin, Liberty, and Summer, could have formed their own weather forecast team. At 10, River dove into showbiz. He quickly became the golden boy of 80s cinema, starring in hits like Stand By Me and Running on Empty. The latter earned him an Oscar nod at 18, an age when most of us were trying to figure out how to do laundry without turning everything pink. But on Halloween 1993, River decided to spice up his trick-or-treating with a little adult candy. His last scene played out on the Sunset Strip. Outside the Viper Room, he overdosed on cocaine and heroin, a speedball that sent him speeding towards the afterlife. Next, we have someone who made suspenders marginally less embarrassing, Michelle Doris Thomas. Born on September 23, 1968, Thomas became a familiar face in living rooms across America through her roles in popular sitcoms and a soap opera. Michelle Thomas stole hearts as Steve Urkel's girlfriend Myra on Family Matters and packed a lot of punch into her short 30 years. She went from being Bill Cosby's TV daughter to competing with a suspender-wearing nerd for America's affection. Thomas's final role on The Young and Restless confirmed she could handle drama as well as she can handle Urkel's cheesy pickup lines. Sadly, she exited stage left far too soon, taken by a rare form of stomach cancer called intraabdominal desmoplastic small round cell tumor. And yes, this disease is as unpleasant to talk about as it is to experience. Despite undergoing treatment, including surgery earlier that year, the aggressive cancer ultimately claimed her life in 1998. Jonathan Brandis. This 90s heartthrob, born on April 13, 1976, in Danbury, Connecticut, was destined for life in the spotlight. Brandis's career took off with roles in soap operas, but it was his performance in Stephen King's It that showcased his talent for handling killer clowns before he'd ever even grown facial hair. Then came The Never-Ending Story 2, because nothing says career growth quite like flying on a giant luck dragon before your voice fully drops. He reached teen idol status with seaQuest DSV, where he shared the screen with a talking dolphin, solidifying his place in teen magazines and bedrooms everywhere. Brandis committed suicide at the age of 27, shocking fans and leaving a legacy of what-ifs. His death gave new meaning to leaving them wanting more, especially more support for young actors facing the same pressures of fame. From one troubled teen idol to another, fourth on our list is Tara Correa McCullen. Entering limelight in 2005, Tara was a fresh face with raw talent. Born May 24, 1989, this LA kid scored big in Rebound alongside Martin Lawrence thanks to her casting director mom's sharp eye. She kept the ball rolling with a spot on Zoe 101, but it was her turn as gang member Graciela Reyes on Judging Amy that really turned heads. Sadly, life took a dark turn. At 16, Tara fell in with a crowd that mirrored her on-screen world. On October 21, 2005, in Inglewood, California, art tragically became reality. Caught in the crossfire of gang violence, Tara was shot 5 times. She fought for 3 hours but couldn't beat the odds. A rising star, snuffed out way too soon. Brad Renfro. The prime example of too much too soon went from zero to hero quicker than you can snort a line of coke. Joel Schumacher, in a stroke of genius or madness, decided that the best person to play a tough kid was an actual tough kid. Who needs acting classes when you've got real-life trauma, right? Brad's method acting approach to life would have made Daniel Day-Lewis proud. Our boy Brad, born in 1982, starred in more movies than most kids have tantrums. From The Client to Ghost World, he was living proof that you don't need a stable home life or basic education to make it big in Tinseltown. But alas, every shooting star must fall. Brad died on January 15, 2008 at 25 from a heroin and morphine cocktail. Brad Renfro, he came, he saw, and he conquered, and he OD'd. Rob Knox. In 1989, the entertainment world got a new rising star, though they didn't know it yet. Rob Knox, born on August 21st in Kent, England, was about to embark on a journey that would take him from small-screen bit parts to the magical halls of Hogwarts. This fresh-faced kid started to turn heads on British TV, popping up in shows like The Bill and After You're Gone. But it was his role as Marcus Belby in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince that really put him on the map. Like every other person we've talked about, Knox died. His story took a turn right out of a crime drama. On May 24, 2008, outside a London bar, the 18-year-old actor played his most heroic role yet, protecting his brother from a knife-wielding attacker. Knox lost his life in an act of real-world bravery. Today, the Rob Knox Film Festival keeps his memory alive. Les Lye. This Canadian comedy chameleon drew his first breath on November 18, 1924, in Toronto. Les Lye cut his teeth as a radio hotshot in Ottawa before leaping to the small screen in '58. Teaming up with Bill Luxton, Lye conjured the iconic duo Uncle Willie and Floyd, keeping Canadians in stitches for 20 years. But it was You Can't Do That on television that really put him on the map. For 10 wild years, Lye had kids in stitches, donning multiple hats as Senator Prevert and Ross Ewich. On July 21, 2009, at 84, Lye delivered his final punchline in Ottawa. While the exact cause wasn't publicly disclosed, Lye's death was likely due to natural causes associated with his advanced age. Gary Coleman. Known for his iconic role on Different Strokes, Gary Coleman was a child star who brought joy to millions with his memorable lines and winning smile. He earned a Golden Globe nomination and became a cultural icon with his catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" Despite his early success and numerous achievements, including guest appearances on various shows and a successful career in voice acting, he faced personal and financial struggles. Coleman couldn't script a happy ending for himself. He passed away on May 28, 2010, due to complications from a brain hemorrhage. He was 42. They say good things come in small packages, but apparently not a long life. Johnny Lewis. Born on October 29, 1983, in Los Angeles, this Hollywood kid hit the ground running, scoring his first role at 17. He charmed audiences as Drake's bandmate in Drake and Josh, then upped the ante with gigs in The OC and Smallville. But it was his Sons of Anarchy that really put him on the map. As Kip Half-Sack Epps, Lewis had Hollywood eating out of his hand. Then, on September 26, 2012, everything went off the rails. Lewis fell to his death from an LA building, but not before allegedly offing his 81-year-old landlady. The industry was left reeling, grappling with the end of a rising star. He was 28. Next, we have a young detective who could solve any case, except his own. Lee Thompson Young. Lee was an American actor who shot to fame as the star of the Disney Channel series, The Famous Jet Jackson. Born on February 1, 1984, in Columbia, South Carolina, Lee captivated audiences as Jet, a teenage action hero juggling Hollywood fame and small-town life. Because who doesn't want to solve global crises in between biology tests, He went on to play roles in films like Friday Night Lights and the TV series Rizzoli and Isles, where he portrayed Detective Barry Frost with such sincerity you'd almost believe being a detective was just as glamorous as TV makes it look. Despite his outward success, Lee struggled with depression, a battle he fought quietly and unsuccessfully. On August 19, 2013, at the age of 29, he died. It seems that the only role even a seasoned actor can't master is the one where they save themselves. Skye McCole Bartusiak. This American actress left this world in a manner befitting her career, suddenly and far too soon, because even future tabloid fodder needs a humble origin story. Skye was born in 1992 in Houston, Texas, where she quickly became Hollywood's go-to girl for roles requiring a combo of adorable and intense. She shared the screen with Mel Gibson in The Patriot. Translation? She could in fact hold her own against a man known for his, shall we say, explosive performances. Skye's resume read like a who's who of early 2000s entertainment. From 24 to Boogeyman, she got roles that would give most kids nightmares. But hey, who needs a good night's sleep when you've got a SAG card and a therapist on speed dial? However, on July 19, 2014, at the age of 21, Skye was found in her apartment behind her parents' home, dead from an accidental drug overdose. Even her history of epileptic seizures couldn't compete with the unpredictable script of life, or the allure of pharmaceutical improv. From one lovable TV presence to another, here's another actor that'll have you saying "aww" and "oh no" in the same breath. Sawyer Sweeten. Sawyer was one of the small trio that had America saying "aww" for 9 seasons on Everybody Loves Raymond. His claim to fame? Playing Jeffrey Barone, one of Ray Romano's TV twin boys. He started the gig when he was just 16 months old. While most toddlers were mastering the art of not eating sand, Sawyer was learning his lines. Okay, maybe just cute babbling at that point, and dodging boom mics. His acting resume wasn't exactly War and Peace. Besides Raymond, he appeared in 1 episode of Even Stevens and a film called Frank McCluskey C.I. Rumor has it that he nailed the audition for Baby's Day Out 2, Terrible Twos. But sadly, that cinematic masterpiece never materialized. Unfortunately, Sawyer tragically passed away on October 23, 2015, at the age of 19. He died by suicide while visiting family in Texas, a shocking end that came just weeks before his 20th birthday. Jackson Odell. This multi-talented actor made waves on iCarly as the bully you love to hate, then flexed his acting chops on Modern Family and The Goldbergs. He was a kid with a face for the camera and pipes to match. But Jackson wasn't just about the small screen. He belted out tunes on YouTube, covering everyone from Rihanna to Daft Punk, and even scored songwriting creds for Forever My Girl. Then, on June 8, 2018, the music stopped. At just 20, Jackson was found lifeless in a sober living facility. The culprits? Cocaine and its best friend, heroin. Stephen Hillenburg. Born on August 21, 1961, in Lawton, Oklahoma, this marine biology buff turned animation genius first dipped his toes into Nickelodeon's waters with Rocko's Modern Life, but it was his next creation that would make waves across the globe. In 1999, Hillenburg unleashed a certain absorbent, yellow, and porous fellow upon the world. SpongeBob SquarePants wasn't just a show, it was a cultural tidal wave that swept up kids and adults alike in its currents. With 279 episodes and counting, SpongeBob and the gang turned Bikini Bottom into a meme-generating paradise. Sadly, on November 26, 2018, at 57, Hillenburg's epic voyage came to an end after a battle with ALS. He may have left this world, but his legacy continues to bubble up laughter and joy in living rooms everywhere. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? The memory of Stephen Hillenburg, eternally. Cameron Boyce. Born on May 28, 1999 in Los Angeles, Cameron was a talented actor and dancer, known for his roles in Disney Channel's Jessie and the Descendants films. As Luke Ross, he was the mischievous prankster, always finding himself in hilarious situations, like accidentally unleashing exotic animals or setting off fireworks indoors. Off-screen, Cameron was dedicated to philanthropy, championing causes like clean water and ending gun violence. However, he passed away on July 6, 2019, at 20 due to a seizure from epilepsy. While his life was short, his legacy of laughter, kindness, and good-natured mischief lives on, forever inspiring us to dance like no one's watching. Well, unless there's a flamingo in the room. As we reflect on these talented individuals, we're reminded of the impact they had in their brief time with us. Their stories, while tragically short, teach us an important lesson. Life, in all its unpredictability, is precious. Mental health, addiction, and personal struggles don't discriminate. So let's be kind to ourselves and others, reach out when we need help, and remember that behind every public persona is a human being navigating their own path. Until next time, go out there, chase your dreams, but please, don't try to method act your way through life. Leave that to the professionals and their therapists.